Hello, everybody. Welcome along to a hastily convened rare morning stream here on the channel. It is Easter Monday, and we've got to keep up our perfect record of doing the predictions for every single round in the Championship. So here we are, and I need your help with round 43. If you've been following me over the past 2 or 3 days, you'll know I've been rather busy. So we're trying to fit this and squidge this in now on Bank Holiday Monday morning. So welcome everybody in the chat. Martin, Vinny, James, Ewan, Connor, Stephen, Ben. Get your hellos in via the chat, but more importantly, let's get into the predictions. And we better start with Fulham. Get your predictions in, guys. And this is a Tuesday nighter, Fulham versus Preston. Fulham, draw, Preston. Fulham, draw, or Preston. I saw Fulham in the flesh on what day was it? Friday night, wasn't it? They were very bad in the second half. Very surprisingly poor performance by Fulham. Take nothing away from Derby in that game. But Fulham very, very much coasted through the second half and got nothing from the game. The situation here now is if Nottingham Forest lose today, Fulham are up. Doesn't matter what happens in this game. If they match, so if Fulham match Forest's result, obviously defeat, and they're up straight away, that's a guarantee. If Forest draw, then Fulham will need a draw. If Forest win, Fulham win. All of those permutations will get Fulham promoted by tomorrow at the latest. So the only thing that won't see them up is if they don't match Forest's result this round. Forest are playing at home to West Brom at 8 tonight. Are we all caught up? How do you see it going? We should give Preston a mention as well. How did Preston go last time out? Sorry, it's been a very, very busy Easter weekend. 1-1 draw against Millwall. They are in 13th. They are on the beach. Right, final predictions, and we'll get these read out. Fulham, draw, Preston. Fulham, draw, or Preston. Let's see what we have got. Where should we land? Sorry, lots of good mornings in there. Welcome, everybody. We start with Joe here. Fulham to be promoted under the lights. Fulham by 3. Got over their blip. Very complacent last 2 games from Fulham. Silly Billies. No chance of 100 points now. I think it's impossible, isn't it? I wrote all this down earlier. Yeah, 98 is the maximum they can get. Fulham. An angry Mitro masterclass. Interesting. Fulham. I'm begging for a Forest loss, or Fulham will put 7 in tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. A couple of draws in there. Most people going on Fulham. I don't want to give away my Forest and West Brom prediction. I don't think Forest are going to lose to West Brom. So I think Fulham are going to need the win to get up. I think they've been complacent the last 2 games. But come on. I always back Fulham, don't I? Let's do it again. Home. And as ever, we are partnered with Betfair and Football 365. So head over to the Football 365 Predictor game, where hopefully, if I press the right button, you will see this type of screen. It should be last on your coupon. Let's go for a bit of a party one. 3-1 Fulham. You'll get 11-1 from Betfair on that one. Please gamble responsibly if you fancy a go at that one. Right, Coventry versus Bournemouth. Oh, get your predictions in, guys. Coventry draw, Bournemouth. Coventry draw, or Bournemouth. The Bournemouth jitters are very, very real. No wins and no goals in the last 3 games, but only Luton won in the top 8 last time. So it actually could have been a lot worse for Bournemouth than it actually was. They've still got a 4-point gap over Huddersfield. How do you see them going at the CBS, which is a difficult venue for an away team, isn't it? Coventry draw or Bournemouth? Coventry draw or Bournemouth? Again, we're still looking at Forest. We've got some very triggered Huddersfield. To be fair, there's only one very triggered Huddersfield fan when we were discussing this. We're just doing it by the maths because they've got 2 games in hand. They've got a bigger upside mathematically. Don't take it personally as ever, although telling a football fan not to take something personally is a bit of peeing in the wind, isn't it? But there you go. So, look, Coventry have had a nice back-to-back wins, and the goals are flying in as well. 7 in the last 2. They're actually only 3 points off the playoffs. So things could get very interesting if Coventry were to win again and get a couple of the results go for them. Obviously, Forest and Middlesbrough above them have got games in hand. I don't think that's the main narrative here. I think Coventry fans would be happy to just keep it going a week longer, and then you never know where you are by round 46, do you? It's all about the Bournemouth jitters, isn't it? How do you see it going in the chat? Let's dive in and see what you guys are thinking. We'll make sure we click on all of these, even if we can't read them all out. I think we'll start there with Desmond. A couple of Desmonds straight away. Lots of them, in fact. High-scoring draw. Although, Bournemouth, sorry if these don't get read out. I'm going to click on all of them. Bournemouth just have not been scoring, have they? Tom, our biggest game in years. Indeedy. Coventry win massively, 1-0. Let's click on as many as possible. You're loving the Desmond, everyone in the chat, and a lot of you are on Coventry here as well. What do I think? I think Bournemouth will score. Do you know? I don't think Bournemouth are going to win. I don't, which would be incredible actually, because it would be 4 games without a win in the run. And I think Coventry can get a draw. I almost think this will either be 1-1 or Bournemouth will win like 3-0 or something like that. Would be completely, but I don't actually see Coventry winning. I'm not sure about that. Let's land on a draw, I think, which would not be good for Bournemouth. Draw, because that would be 2 points in the last 4 games and a very, very sticky run. I'll bung in a 1-1. I'm sure we're going to get 5-1 from Betfair because it's always 5-1 for a 1-1er. You know me, I love a 1-1er. Where is it on my running order? There it is. And yeah, the plot would thicken if that is the case. Wouldn't be good for Coventry's playoff challenge, but you know, very, very sticky run. We said it would be difficult for Bournemouth, didn't we? I'm still saying it's theirs to throw away essentially with the games in hand, especially Forest lost at Luton. But yeah, there you go. Let's move on. Middlesbrough versus Huddersfield. And the reason we're here so early in the morning is this game kicks off at 12:30 today. So I'm sure plenty of you are going to be watching on Sky Sports. It is Middlesbrough versus Huddersfield. Get your predictions in. Borough draw, Huddersfield, Borough draw, or Huddersfield. Huddersfield on 70 now. I think they're pretty cemented, aren't they? And if you look at Huddersfield's fixtures, I think there's a couple of decent-looking home games between now and the end of the season. Possibly Bristol City, one other. I can't remember without clicking. Get your predictions in. Huddersfield. Sorry, other way around. My bad. Middlesbrough, draw or Huddersfield. Middlesbrough, draw or Huddersfield. Borough just have to win, don't they? They really do have to win. They're the one in 7th chasing. They do have a game in hand, but very much like Bournemouth. Look, 1 point in the last 3 for Middlesbrough. So we said for the longest time Middlesbrough are really good at home, and then all of a sudden they've won a couple of away games and lost a couple of home games, haven't they? So all a little bit confusing for Borough, who look, will take the 0-0 at Bournemouth given the opponents on Good Friday. Let's see what you guys are saying on this one. Will Huddersfield keep Middlesbrough at arm's length, or will Middlesbrough get a vital win? Again, they just absolutely have to win. Where should we start here? I think we're starting with Ben. Right, here we go. Borough. A few draws, loads of them in a row there. Interesting. A couple of Luton fans going for a draw there. Please go for what you expect to see rather than what you want to see. I'm teasing Stephen and Nick. Borough, draw, unhelpful draw. Well, there you go. Loads of people going for a draw anyway. Let's click through as many of these as possible. Some Desmonds, loads of draws going in here. In we go. So I'm clicking on as many of these as we can. Huddersfield, Borough, Huddersfield, unhelpful draws. Ahoy. There we go. What do I think? Do you know, I've been made a mug by Huddersfield many, many times this season. Do you remember when Borough were sort of winning home games late on? I got a funny feeling they might somehow just sneak over the line late on in this one. So I'm going to hit the home button. Home. And yeah, again, if Huddersfield have made a mug of me 100 times, what's 101? Hey, what difference does that make? So I'm going to go for a 2-1 and assume that, remember those late goals that Borough got a few times a month or two ago? Maybe they get back to that. Who knows? 7-1 over with Betfair, betfair.com. Please gamble responsibly. Let's just say a quick thank you. We're going on to Cardiff Luton next. Let's say a big thank you to the Donovan brothers, who are our fan sponsor for the predictions show here in memory of their dad, Dennis, and brother Mike, both sorely missed cheering on Millwall from above. Thank you to the Donovans, legends of the channel. We'll do a like spike in a bit. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're already at 32. Hopefully when I do the like spike, we'll be at 50, and then we can aim towards 100. Anyway, we've got to talk Cardiff versus Luton. Get your predictions in. Cardiff draw, Luton. Cardiff draw or Luton. I saw Luton in the flesh on Friday lunchtime. Can't quite remember. And they really battled to that win. That was a tough game, and they did ever so well, Luton, to get the job done. And they'll be really happy with that. I was talking to loads of Luton fans before the game and saying, look, just got to win one of these two games over Easter. And it's quite difficult. You got Forest at home and then Cardiff away. And the best thing you can do is win the first one, isn't it? So Luton are in a good place here. And like I said, they were the only team in the top 8 to win last time out. Cardiff are spotty, aren't they? They lost to Hull. So strange, Hull at the moment. So they've gone win-loss, win-loss. So honestly, I don't think a draw would be unhelpful for both sides in this one. Luton will obviously know that a win would take them to 71 with 3 to go, and we're very much in cementing a playoff place at that point. But I think when you take the context of the Easter round, if Luton were to draw, and it would be 4 points from Forest and Cardiff, I think they'd be muchos happy with that. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Cardiff draw or Luton? Cardiff draw or Luton? Where should we dive in with your predictions here? Let's start with Nick. Need to give Nick a shout out. He bought me a coffee. He said he was going to buy me a coffee at the Luton game. And he didn't forget. And I'll get a tap on the shoulder before the game and a coffee appeared in my hand. So there you go. Thank you very much, Nick. And great to see you. 2-0 to Luton. Cardiff on the beach. Wait, God, you guys are heavy on Luton. I was more going down the draw route on this one. But let's read through a few more of these. Cardiff, Luton. Luton. Banana skin for us, sadly. 1-0 Cardiff. Luton, Cardiff. Luton. Fair. I'd say in the main, glancing at these, we'll be on a high after Friday. Certainly so. I clicked on as many as possible. There we go. Thank you for all the support and the predictions. I think if you promised Nathan Jones 4 points before the weekend, he would have taken it. I'm going to stick with the draw, although it's quite heavy on Luton. Wouldn't surprise me, but let's go for the draw. Draw in this one. Do you know what? There's been a few Desmonds, hasn't there? Let's chuck in a Desmond. Luton go for it, don't they? Cardiff are on the beach. Might be D-Mob happy. Let's go for a Desmond and boost the odds on our accumulator here. Go for a 2-2, which I think would be perfectly fine for both teams. Let me just ping that up on the screen. 13-1 with our friends at betfair.com. Please gamble responsibly. And this is a huge game then. Nottingham Forest versus West Brom. Get your predictions in. Forest draw, West Brom. Forest draw or West Brom. This is a huge game because if Forest lose, Fulham will be promoted. Get your predictions in. Forest draw, Baggies. Forest draw or West Brom. I saw Forest, as I said. Luton did a good number on them. Forest have got a few. Davis is better than I thought he was when you see him in the flesh, actually. He's an absolute handful. Luton, he was the danger, wasn't he? Luton managed to keep Johnson and Spence very quiet by pressing up and getting up the pitch against them. But you can see the individual quality in a few of those Nottingham Forest players. You can see why they've been in, add structure to that individual quality, and you can see why they've been on a good run. West Brom are strange, though. Tend to do better against teams that are higher in the league. I think it might be reasonably attritional, this one. I'm sure there'll be plenty of you watching on Sky tonight. I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. And I reiterate, Forest lose, Fulham are up without having kicked the ball because they play tomorrow night. Get your predictions in. Forest draw or West Brom. Do Forest bounce back from the defeat at Luton? And what are West Brom? I think we're all a bit confused. Like Cardiff, they're spotty as well. Lost one. And it was victory over Blackpool last time out in a bit of a beach ball derby. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. I'll pin my colours to the mast. I don't think Forest are going to lose this game. I think, as I said in the Fulham prediction, I think Fulham are going to have to get some points themselves, but it's the Championship, everybody, isn't it? Where should we start here? JC, Forest. Let's land right. Here we go. Forest, Baggies, Forest. Joker time. Forest, draw, Forest. Okay. Oh, Davis is out, is he, Connor? Yeah, he did pull up at the end of that game, didn't he? Good point. He was good, Davis. I liked him a lot, actually. That would be a blow. Forest, Baggies. Right, I'm going to just click through now. All the way down. See if we can get all of your predictions up on the screen. That Davis news is. I should have known that because I was at the game and I saw him actually go off. But yeah, he was decent, wasn't he? Am I going draw or am I going win? I'll go for Forest home win. I think home. I think they've got enough there. I assume they'll start Surridge, maybe just for a bit of physicality, or maybe they'll start grabbing. I don't know. Forest fans seemed a bit mixed on grabbing the ones I chatted to at the weekend. Let's go 1-0 to Forest. You can see there 11-2 you get from betfair.com on that. Please gamble responsibly. And let's talk Bristol City versus Sheffield United. And the Blades lost last time out to Reading. That excellent home run is over. And how about that? Bristol City won at Stoke. So we were all over the place with the results last time. Sheffield United struggling in terms of getting things moving without Sharp and without Bogle and Basham. A few key players out, and I don't know, the run's not been good for the Blades. I mean, if you look at the actual points accumulation, it's only 4 from the last 4 games. And given everyone's had a little bit of a slip in the playoff places, that's kind of been okay, and they're still hanging in there. But need to beat Bristol City now, don't they? We're really in squeaky bum time. And Bristol City, I'll do my shrug, my Alan Partridge shrug. They could do anything, couldn't they? Absolutely anything. Get your predictions in. Robins draw Blades, Bristol City draw, or Sheffield United in this one. I can already see some jokers coming out. Where are we going to start here? Start with Justin. Blades haven't won away since beginning of February. 0-0. Blades, Desmond's. Blades, draw. Pearson will love blunting the Blades. Bristol City's joker going in there. Bristol City draw. Sheffield United draw. 2-2, scoring draw. And I'm trying to weed through the ones that are actually on the game that we're talking about at the moment. Let's put another one in there. There we go. A few 0-0s going in there. I don't fancy this as a 0-0 personally. I think Bristol City are too chaotic for that. I think I might do a silly one on here. Let's back Sheffield United away. But should I go for a silly one? Try and boost the odds up. What do I reckon? No, let's be a bit more sensible. I'm going to go 2-0 Blades then, just on, I don't know, Gibbs White or someone will get them over the line. If I can find the game. Sorry, everybody. Watching me scroll aimlessly. There it is. Go on, let's go 2-0. 2-0 Blades. Why not? Get their act together coming into the last 3 games. Get your thoughts in as ever in the comments. Shall we do a like spike? How are we doing for likes? We have got on the... Oh, wow. We've got 53 likes. Absolutely tremendous. Please, if you're watching right now, and many of you are, I can see, and I'm really grateful for it, hit that like button. Give us a like spike. See if we can get towards 100 likes. All a little bit of fun with the like spike gimmick, but does really help the channel. It helps more people find the stream, helps us get more subscribers, and hopefully drives the debate in the comments. Right, Blackburn versus Stoke. Get your predictions in, guys. Blackburn draw, Stoke. Blackburn draw or Stoke. As I said, Stoke surprise defeat last time out against Bristol City. They've kind of been heading in the right direction. 3 wins in 4. Stoke. Blackburn, well, the proverbial fall off the cliff. They're now down in 8th and lost to Peterborough last time out, didn't they? Blackburn done in the playoff spots. The goals have dried up. Everything's dried up for Blackburn. How do you see this one going? Blackburn draw or Stoke? I'm not sure. So I'll let you guys decide on my behalf, I think. Where should we start? Let's start here. Stoke fan channel. He put about 50 predictions in for all the games. So we'll give him this one. He's gone for Stoke. Oh, Stoke fan channel's gone for Stoke. There we go. Where is the game? It is at Blackburn, isn't it? 0-0, Blackburn, draw, Blackburn, Desmond. Unhelpful draw with Stoke digging in. Draw, Stoke. Draw, some 0-0s coming in. Let's click on as many as we possibly can. Not a lot of love for Blackburn in here. There's only one Benji Bloom. Thank God for that, hey? Okay, a few Blackburns at the end there. I think I might try and boost I might go for an away win in this one and Stoke to just, ruin the fun with an on the beach away victory. Go on, away. Will Stoke score 2 goals? They might do. Let's go for a 2-1 to Stoke and Blackburn's choke, as it was put in the chat, to continue. You get 12-1 over on betfair.com. Please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org. 18 plus only. Only bet what you can afford. Millwall versus Hull, everyone. Millwall draw Hull. Millwall draw or Hull. I'll say what I say every week about Hull. I don't trust Hull. Whenever I predict them to lose, they win. Other way around, they're mugging me off. 2 wins on the trot against Middlesbrough and Cardiff. And Middlesbrough are good at home and Cardiff were kind of trending upwards, weren't they? So Hull, I don't know what you're going to get. We know what we're going to get from Millwall. We'll get solidity, decent home team, don't concede many. Still on the verges of the playoffs, aren't we? And like I said about Coventry with them on 62 points, it's one of those where just keep it going, keep the season alive another week with a win and see where you are. Get your predictions in. Millwall draw or Hull. Millwall draw or Hull. It's not a tight one, this one for me. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Where shall we start? James, Hull, best away form in the Championship at the moment. Such an odd team, aren't they? Let's click on as many of these as possible. Sorry if they don't get read out. I go way over half an hour, which is the target for this show. Some classic Rowett 1-1s coming in. Hull to lose 2-0. Hull just Mill. A few Mills. We always get lots of Mills in here, don't we? Can't fault the away form. Absolutely not. So the away form. See, I'd normally go for a Millwall clean sheet in this. Do you know what? I haven't done a 0-0 in a couple of rounds, actually, have I? Where's my button? Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Sean Dyche got fired, didn't he? And we still keep him on the button. I know Warnock's retired. Let's go for a 0-0 then. So, because I haven't put one in. Completely unhelpful for Millwall. A 0-0 would be. Hull are good away from home, so we'll call that a good point. 13-2. Don't need to press anything there with betfair.com. Right. QPR versus Derby. Important. Now, get your predictions in. QPR draw or Derby. Rangers draw or Rams. Derby are relegated if Reading better their result. So Derby lose, Reading draw, Derby down. Derby draw, Reading win, Derby down. Both teams lose and Derby will still be 9 points behind with 3 games to go and won't be mathematically relegated. So Derby could be relegated today, again, if Reading better their result. I was at Derby on Friday night. It could have been 2-3 down, I think, by half-time, but really good second-half performance by Derby and those youngsters and that home form, and Rooney and Rossini have done them proud. at Pride Park. Derby are not a good side away from home, but unfortunately, QPR are not a good side anywhere at the moment, are they? I think it's like 1 win in 8 or something, or 6 defeats in 8 and 1 win in 8. They did, look, let's be fair, going to Huddersfield at the moment and getting a point and scoring 2 goals is a good result and an improvement for Rangers. So maybe a little bit more confidence than there was. Let's see what you guys think on this one in the chat. Where shall we start? I think we're going to start with Simon. There we go. Good value at Huddersfield and poor at Preston. Will the real QPR please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Unhelpful draw for both. Very unhelpful draw for Derby if Reading beat Swansea, which we're going to do in a minute. Derby, QPR, come on, you oops. Draw, Derby, even though it won't mean much. Derby, draw. Sorry if they don't get read out. I'm going to click through as many as possible. Yeah, lots of mentions for that playoff game today, isn't it? I'm clicking through as many as I possibly can. At the start of the season, you've never expected Derby to still be fatting around. No, I didn't think Derby... I assumed Derby were going to get 9 or 12 or something like that, and they got 21. So I didn't even think they'd be around here with a 9-point deduction. So, yeah, they've done well to keep it going so far. Thank you for all your predictions in here. I think with Derby's away form, I think QPR are going to win, which could mean, well, we'll see what I predict for Reading and Swansea. It could mean relegation for Derby today. I'm going to go home. And a second win in 8 for Rangers. Derby don't score many, don't score many anywhere, especially on the road. I think they're going to, if they go goal behind, they'll have to push. Right now, I've gone for a 2-0 to Rangers. What am I? Mad? I don't know. 9-1, you get betfair.com. Please gamble responsibly as ever. Now, the real big game at the bottom doesn't actually really involve the bottom three. It's all about Reading today, isn't it? Because if Reading win, they really screw over the bottom 3 today. And they play Swansea. Get your predictions in. Reading, draw, Swansea. Reading, draw, or Swansea. So this Reading match has huge implications. We know that if Reading better Peterborough and Derby's results, and we talk about Peterborough in a minute because they play Barnsley, but we've already mentioned Derby. So let me say this again. I'm going around the houses here. If Reading win, that means both Derby and Peterborough have to win, okay, or they're down. If Reading win, Barnsley have to get a point, okay? And you're probably all saying in your head, hang on a minute, something doesn't add up here because there is no scenario where Barnsley can get a point and Peterborough can win. So basically, if Reading win, someone goes down from the game between Barnsley and Peterborough because either Barnsley will lose or Reading will better Peterborough. Do you see what I mean? If Reading wins, someone's going down today. We can't get all 3 go down there, remember, because Barnsley and Peterborough are playing each other. Anyway, I think I've gone through the permutations. I'm only doing it so I understand myself. Reading, draw, Swansea. Reading, draw, or Swansea. Reading, fantastic win at Sheffield United last time. And what's Paul Ince's points per game? That must actually be quite good. Reading, well, they got 40 points on the board. Remember, they had 6 deducted. So they got 46 with 4 to go. I always say here on the channel, 45 to survive. Reading over the last 10 years, on the basis of what's happened on the pitch, just aren't a relegation team, are they? And we're doing all the maths. Let's be quite frank about this. There's a 9-point gap. It's when rather than if, isn't it, in terms of the relegations? But we need to do our due diligence, don't we? Swansea are good, aren't they? They drew last time out against Barnsley, which was, given their run, not the best result, but they're still on fine form. I suspect if I wind back one game, 3, 6, 9, 12, they got 14 points in 6 games. That's really good, actually, for Swansea. Let's have a look and see what you guys think. Reading, draw, or Swansea? Reading, draw, or Swansea? Where should we start in the predictions? There with Tom. Reading, Desmond, draw. Reading, Swansea, draw. Swansea, Reading, draw. Draw, Swans, Reading. I'm just going to click now rather than read because my brain will explode. Please, Swansea. please. There we go. What do I think? I don't think Reading are going to win, but I don't think they're going to lose. I think I'm landing on the draw here at the moment. Maybe a scoring draw. So what would that mean? That would mean I've got Derby going down then, essentially. We'll find out about Peterborough in a minute. Let's go for a 1-1er. Do we need to even check? I'm sure it'll be 5-1. I'm supposed to hit the draw button first, aren't I? Sorry, the drawbridge. Draw. There we go. I'm trying to be quite quiet because I know Enid's having a snooze at the moment. Bless her. Let's go for a 1-1er. I'll stick it in anyway because we need to, but it's going to be 5-1, isn't it? Always is. Where should we land? There. Okay. 1-1. Yeah. 5-1 over at betfair.com, please. Gamble as ever responsibly. 3 to go. What we got? Blackpool, Birmingham, Barnsley, Peterborough. No, sorry, 2 to go. Can we just check the like progress? 87 likes. Can I get one last like spike? Please hit the like button and see if we can get over 100 likes. I think, what was it? 83. 17 to go and we'll be over 100. It's gone up to 87 as we've said that. So please do hit the like button. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Blackpool versus Birmingham. Where's my picture of the beach? There it is. Blackpool versus Birmingham. We are very much on the beach. Blackpool are really on the beach, aren't they? I can see 2 points in the last 5 games. Lost to West Brom last time out. Birmingham, we said D-Mob happy. Loads of goals against Coventry. And it was 4-2 to Coventry. So what on earth is going to happen in this one? I just think Blackpool are a better side than Birmingham across this season. And they're at home. So if we factor in both sides are on the beach, I've probably got Blackpool edge in this one. What do you think in the chat? Give me some goals. We want to see it. Blackpool draw, Birmingham. Blackpool draw or Birmingham. Let's see what you're saying in the chat here. 0-0 to Birmingham. I like it. Blackpool are battering Birmingham today, says Joshy. Blackpool. Blues would be bottom 3 without the points deductions. Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Reading would be above them. Woof. Blackpool draw. Blackpool. You see, that's what I'm here for, Callum. That'll be the sort of thing I'm going for. I like it a lot. There you go, 4-4. Both teams to score. I would imagine so. Should be fun and games on the beach. Who was that? Callum, he's stolen my phone. I was going to go 3-2. Home. I'll tell you what, I'll go 3-1 then instead. I don't see Birmingham winning. Lots of rumours surrounding Lee Bowyer as well. Not quite taking it to where perhaps they wanted it to there at Birmingham. 16-1 for a 3-1. I hear you say that will boost our odds nicely. Right, we got to finish. Please gamble responsibly, of course. We got to finish with a big one then because it's Barnsley versus Peterborough. Good luck. Barnsley draw, Peterborough. Barnsley draw or Peterborough. Again, the permutations are as follows. Barnsley are down if they lose and Reading win. That's the only way Barnsley can be relegated because they've got a game more today. Peterborough are down if Reading better their result. So they both can't go down today. Ergo, Barnsley can't lose. And or if Barnsley lose, then Reading can't better Peterborough's result. You see what I'm saying? How is it going to go? Barnsley look like they've peaked and they're bottom again now. 30 points from 41. Peterborough are... Well, they're better under McCann, aren't they? I wonder, could they go there and get a win? What are you guys thinking? Barnsley draw or Peterborough? I have predicted that Reading and Swansea draw, didn't I? Which means that the only relegation that can happen is if Peterborough lose in terms of this game, because then Reading would have bettered their result. I'm not sure that's going to happen, is it? What do you guys think in the chat? Barnsley draw or Posh? Barnsley draw or Posh? Where are we starting with this one? Let's start here. Draw, Posh, Barnsley too late, Barnsley draw, Posh. Barnsley, Posh will keep on fighting. Barnsley is going to click through. Posh to get a solid win. Not that it matters. No, it is very much in when these teams are relegated rather than if, isn't it? 2-0 Barnsley, Posh down. Could be the case. Could be the case. Unhelpful draw. I can't call this one. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this one was any of the three outcomes. I think Beans Barnsley have just tailed off, and I've got Barnsley trending that way and Peterborough trending. Go on, I'll go for I very rarely back Peterborough to win away, but I'm going to do it. Go on, away. Just on the basis of direction of travel. Let's be quite frank, on 30 and 31 points. Points-wise, these two are the worst two sides in the Championship this season. Go figure, especially when you factor in the points deductions. It would not even be that close. What do you reckon? Let's go for a silly one. 3-1 posh. Why the hell? God, 28-1. Woof. My odds are going to be all over the shop here. There we go. That concludes my predictions. I am here now for your big calls. Everybody, get your big calls in. What's going to happen today that's a little bit outlandish? It can be a little bit silly. Humour is allowed. I'll read out a few of these. Get your big calls in. Please hit the like button as well. Go over to Football 365 and get involved. I'm now going to finalise my predictions here by hitting the submit button. And we should be nice and ridiculous with our odds today in terms of an ACCA. So I've got winning today. I've got Borough, Posh, Stoke, Blackpool, Rangers, Blades, Forest and Fulham. And I've got drawing Cov, Bournemouth, Millwall, Hull, Reading, Swans and Cardiff, Luton. I'm going to hit confirm on those. Go and get involved. Take me on. I say take me on. John, the Birmingham fan. Chris, the Millwall fan. David, the Middlesbrough fan. I think Fulham 58 is up there on the leaderboard. They're all way better than me at the predictions. Right, have we gone over 100 likes before we go to big calls? 102 likes at 10:30 in the morning. Well done, you lot. Outstanding form. Right, big calls. Humour is allowed here. And please, for God's sake, when we're doing big calls, don't take them personally if it's about the team you support in a slightly negative way. What do we got? Coventry to break the injury time and points from behind record. Another 90-plus win. A referee to have a good game. Oh, they need some help. I'll always stand up for the poor old refs. Posh to score a last-minute winner, only for Reading to score a last-minute equaliser and then a last-minute winner. Ben to get a review in time. Nick, I'm going to give you one of those for that. I've been working my tail off. The review show will be a double review tomorrow night. Okay, so we're going to review the entire Easter weekend. How long's that going to be? Get your bets in. That's going to be 90 minutes or 2 hours, that one, for God's sake. Sean Dyche to come in and save Posh. Rooney to put his boots on and score a last-minute winner. JC Football Day 100, I think that might be a plug. Go and subscribe to JC Football. A change in the playoff teams today. The roof will blow off the City ground if Derby are relegated. Well, that'll already have happened, though, won't it, by the time the game goes? So maybe it will blow off in the pubs before the game. There we go. James Collins to score an own goal for Luton. No referee. David, that's the biggest call of them all. There is never a round goes by where a fan doesn't complain to me about referees, but there you go. In League One, that's not a big call, and that's definitely going to happen, isn't it? 80 points and no playoffs. Big call, going to be dull today. It's never dull in the Championship, is it? Just having fun. Well, you've got a lifetime pass, I think, Nick, because you bought me a coffee. So that is the way to my heart. Big call, keep it. I love that. Someone bookmarked that. A keep it a score from a goal kick. Coventry will actually win when Moose from TalkSport is in the... Oh, do they always lose when he's there? He gets the blame as well. Nathan Jones to run the length of the pit. Well, Nathan Jones is rather active in the dugout. Joel Pirro, that's not a big call. Tom, he's a great player, isn't he? Pirro, I like him a lot. Dave's going to come on at sub for QPR. There we go. Right, thank you, everybody. Short and sweet in terms of the prep for the stream today. But look, I was in 4 games in 2 days. Go and check that out elsewhere on the channel. We've got vlogs from Luton Forest. I can't even remember the games I went to. Fulham, Derby, Fulham, Rotherham, Ipswich, and MK Sheffield Wednesday. Check out the Barry Bannon goal from that game. That's one of the best goals I've seen live in a long, long while and in present. And I took the day off yesterday and spent it with the family down in Horsham, which was very, very lovely. Thank you all again for the support. Not sure what the plan is for the rest of the day, but we'll definitely be back for the review show That'll likely be tomorrow, I don't know, 5, 6 sort of time. We'll plan it all out. And I dare say there might be some review videos coming up depending on the direction of travel for certain teams. Let's be quite plain about it. We're talking Fulham, Derby, Peterborough and Barnsley. Right, thank you everybody for watching. Join me, actually. I'm on Mailbox Live on Football 365 in about 50 minutes as well. The work never stops, does it? Lovely big over and out from me. Great numbers for 10:30 in the morning. And enjoy the bank holiday football and the sunshine if you get out in the garden. Over and out.